Hi YouTube, this is Shell with Shelby's Knickknacks, here bringing you another crochet tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be going over my letter bobble stitch series. In the last video, we went over the letter A, and in this video, we'll be continuing with the letter B. So stay tuned, and I'll show you how to complete that. First, we'll start with the materials. You'll need a 6mm crochet hook, a tapestry needle or yarn needle, scissors of your choice, and for this tutorial I'll be using the Red Heart Super Saver size 4 yarn in the color Orchid. In the first video I went over how to start out this particular project, and again these will all be the same. So first you will chain 18 and then you will single crochet back across that chain. You should end up with 17 single crochets, and you'll do that for 3 rows. And at the end of each row, be sure to chain 1 and turn your work. And again, you need 17 for each row. And I'll meet you back at row 4, at the start of row 4, after I've done my first 5 single crochets in that 4th row. And if you need a reference, please refer to my first tutorial on the letter A bobble stitch. It's essentially the same configuration, if you would say, with going back and forth, and we will always begin on the even number rows for the bobble stitches. So again, I'll meet you back at the beginning of row 4 after I've done my first 5 single crochet before we start on our first bobble stitch. Okay, this is the beginning of row 4. I've already chained 1 and turned my work, and I've already done my first 5 single crochets before the first bobble stitch. And this is our example right here. And we'll be starting, anytime we do this project, we'll be doing our first 5 single crochet, and then we'll be starting with that first bobble stitch. So we'll have 4 bobble stitches on this row. And this is what it will look like. And this is just our reference. We'll be going from left to right. Okay. So for our first bobble stitch on this row, we'll yarn over, insert into the 6th single crochet space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 only, yarn over, insert hook again, yarn over and pull up and out, yarn over, pull through the first 2 only. And you'll have 3 on that hook. We yarn over again, we insert, we yarn over, we pull through, we yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops only. We'll have 4 on that hook. We need to do this one more time. We need 5 on that hook. Yarn over, push through, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. And now since we have our 5, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 5. Next, we're going to do a single crochet in between. And now we start with our second bobble stitch of this row. So we'll yarn over, insert into that 8th stitch, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2. We'll yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. One more time. Yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. We have 5, so we yarn over and we pull through all 5 of those loops. And we're going to do another single crochet in between that second bobble stitch. And now we're going to start on our 3rd bobble stitch. Yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 only, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops only, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. We need to do this one more time. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. We have 5, so we yarn over and we pull through all 5. And that was our 3rd bobble stitch. So now we do a single crochet in between, And then the next stitch, we're going to start on that fourth bobble stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. Yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. Need to do this one more time. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and we have 5 on that hook. So now we yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And now we're going to finish this out with 5 single crochets. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And for row 5, you're going to single crochet all the way across, and I'll meet you back at row 6. So I'm back at the beginning of row 6. I've already chained 1, turned my work, and I've done my first 5 single crochet. So hopefully you can see my example. On row 6, we'll be doing 2 bobble stitches on this row. So again, I started out with my first 5 single crochet, and now we're about to start here in this very first bobble stitch. Okay, we're about to start that first bobble stitch on the 6th row in the 6th single crochet space. So I've already yarned over, insert our hook, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through 2 loops only, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. Do it one more time. We need 5 on this hook, remember? Yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through our first 2. And now we have 5, so we yarn over and we pull through all 5 of those loops on this hook. Messed up there. Pull that through. Okay, so now we're going to do 5 single crochet in the next stitch, 5 stitches, and I'll meet you back after that. Okay, I've done my 5 single crochet after that first bobble stitch, and now we're about to start on the last bobble stitch of this row, which will be in the 12th single crochet space. So we yarn over, we insert into that 12th single crochet space on the 6th row, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, we yarn over again, insert our hook in that 12th space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. Do it one more time. Yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. We have 5, so now we yarn over and we pull through all 5 of those loops. And now we finish out this row the same way we've done every other row with the bobble stitch. We do our next 5 single crochet, we chain 1, we turn our work. And just as a reminder, the chain 1 space does not count as a stitch. You do not want to add extra stitches when you're trying to make this project nice and even. So again, on the 7th row, you should crochet 17 single crochets across, and then you chain 1, turn your work, and then I'll meet you back at row 8. Now we're about to start on row 8, and we are here now. So we're going to start out with our 5 single crochets, and then our first bobble stitch in that 6th single crochet space. So this is what our work looks like so far, and now we are on row 8. I've already done my first 5 single crochet, and now we're about to start on that first bobble stitch in the 6th single crochet space. And at this point you should know how to do this, so we're going to do a bobble stitch in the 6th single crochet space. We're going to end up doing 4 single crochet in between, and then I'll meet you back at that very last bobble stitch. So again, you're going to start out in the 6th single crochet space with 1 bobble stitch. You're going to single crochet in the next 4 spaces, and then on the 11th single crochet space, I'll meet you back there and we'll start on the 2nd bobble stitch of this row. Okay, Now I am at the 11th space, single crochet space on this row, and I'm going to do the second bobble stitch with you in order to end out this 8th row. So I yarn over, I insert into the 11th single crochet space, I yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only. I yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only. One more time, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops only. And now we yarn over and we pull through those last 5 loops. And now we're going to end up ending this 8th row with 6 single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1, turn, and in row 9 you're going to single crochet all the way across. Be sure to have 17 stitches, and then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work, and I'll meet you back at row 10. So this is what our work looks like so far. I'm at the beginning of row 10. I've already chained 1, did my 5 single crochet, and now I'm about to start in that 6th stitch. So we're here on row 10, and again 5 single crochet, and then the bobble stitches will be on this row in the 6th, 8th, and the 10th single crochet space, because remember, you do a single crochet in between each bobble stitch. So now I'm about to start doing my bobble stitch in the 6th single crochet space here. And at this point, I'm pretty sure you all know how to do a bobble stitch. And if not, you can always rewind the video or pause it at any time just to hone in on your skills and just to practice on your own. But I'll just be continuing on. But I'll be sure to let you know where to put the stitches on each row so that we're not confused and we can still easily follow along together. That was my first bobble stitch. I'm going to do a single crochet in between. Now my second bobble stitch in that 8th space. Okay. And we're going to do a single crochet in between. And now we're going to do our final bobble stitch on this row in the 10th space. All right. And again, if you're still a little confused or need step-by-step with this bobble stitch here, just be sure to rewind the video back at any point. And that way you'll be able to get the full talk through of this bobble stitch. Okay, I've done that. And now we're going to finish out this row, the rest of them with single crochets, and we're going to end up having 7 single crochets at the end. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and on row 11 single crochet all the way across, and I'll meet you back at row 12. Okay, I'm back at row 12. I've already chained 1 and done my first 5 single crochet, and in the example here in row 12 will be here. So again, we did those first 5 single crochet, and we're going to do our first bobble stitch in the 6th space, and then we're going to do 4 single crochet in between, and then we're going to end up doing another bobble stitch in that 11th stitch on this row. Okay, I'm going to start my first bobble stitch in that 6th space on row 12. Okay, pull through all 5 loops, and I'm going to end up doing my 4 single crochet in between. So it's 1, 2, 3, and my 4th single crochet after that first bobble stitch. And now I'm going to start with that second bobble stitch in the 11th space on the 12th row. And again, if this is a little too fast for you at this point, you can always rewind the video and go back in order for me to explain how to do a bobble stitch. But since we're further along and we've already practiced, I feel that you all are pretty well equipped to follow along with me. Okay, so this was the 11th stitch, and now we're going to continue with single crochets in those last stitches. And after that, you will chain 1, and on row 13 you'll single crochet all the way across. Be sure that you have 17 single crochet, and then you'll turn your work, and I'll meet you back on row 14. Now I'm at the beginning of row 14. I've already chained 1, turned my work, and did my first 5 single crochet. And in row 14, we're actually here on this first bobble stitch, and there will be 2 bobble stitches on this row, one in the 6th single crochet space and one in the 12th single crochet space on this row. So we're going to do that first bobble stitch in that 6th space on row 14. And then we're going to do 5 single crochet in between. 1, 2. Sorry, I had to get some more yarn there. And 3, 4, and 5. So now we're about to start on the second and last bobble stitch of this row, and this is going to be in the 12th stitch. So we're going to yarn over and insert that hook. And remember, keep doing this, yarning over and pulling through only the first 2 until you have only 5 loops on that hook. And then and only then will you be able to complete your bobble stitch by yarning over and pulling through all 5 of those loops. So I'm done here, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through those 5 loops, and then I'm going to do 5 single crochet to end out row 14. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to single crochet 17 single crochets across row 15. And then I'll meet you back at the beginning of row 16. Okay, I'm back at the beginning of row 16. I've already chained 1, turned my work, and did my first 5 single crochet. And this is what our last row will look like of bobble stitch row, We'll have 4 bobble stitches on this row. And again, we've already done our first 5 single crochet. We're going to do our bobble stitches in the 6th single crochet space, and then we're going to do a single crochet in between, and then we're going to do one in the 8th single crochet in between, in the 10th single crochet in between, and in the 12th, and then single crochet to end out that row. Let's get started on that row. First bobble stitch in this 6th single crochet space. Remember, we're going to have 4 on this row. Bobble stitches, that is. Okay, yarn over and pull through all 5 of those, and we're going to have 1 single crochet in between in that 7th single crochet space, in the 8th single crochet space, bobble stitch. And feel free to pause this video at any point if you need to catch up with me, or rewind back to any point where I'm explaining how to do this bobble stitch. Okay. Yarn over and pull through all 5, and we're going to single crochet in between. In the 10th space, we're going to bobble stitch. One more time. And then we're going to single crochet in between in the 11th stitch And then the 12th stitch, we're going to do that last bobble stitch. Okay. Almost done. All right. And then we yarn over, pull through all 5. I'm having difficulty, but again, just keep moving through until you can get through. And then we're going to do our last 5 single crochet on this row. Three, 4, and our 5th and final crochet for single crochet for row 16. And now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and look what we have so far. And now we're going to do single crochet rows back and forth for the next, until you get to row 19. And we're going to end on row 19, and I'll show you how to finish that off. I'm back at the very last single crochet on row 19. I'm going to do that with you. Okay, and now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to take our scissors. We're going to leave just enough excess to weave in. It doesn't have to be that much. And then we're going to pull that yarn all the way through, and then we're going to tighten it so that we don't lose all of that hard work that we've just done. And that's essentially it. We have our letter B. And again, just weave in these ends with your yarn needle or tapestry needle, whichever you would like to call it. And that is it. Well, that's the end of this crochet tutorial. Hopefully I was able to help you accomplish finishing and making this bobble stitch letter B. I think it turned out really nice. And in the meantime, if there's anything that you would like to see me crochet in the future, just let me know. And in the description box below, I'll be putting my video to the letter A bobble stitch letter, just in case these instructions in this video weren't clear enough for you. And I'll do that in order to help you along. So again, I'm Shell with Shelby's Knickknacks, and I'll be seeing you soon.